glad to see you. Every time I am invited to talk to ABC means we are on top news this time in the world. This time it's very sad occasion and at the same time very decisive. I am actually at the conference with the same group where Boris Nemtsov was a member of, and we were close friends. So he's looking at us from the skies and he is with us. As for the talks, the best reply was coming from Zelensky, who said, and I share this approach, that there is little chance that what they are saying will happen, that these talks would bring to peace. But we must use any chance to stop crazy fighting, to stop bloodshed, which is happening. So we'll see. There are no chance that the Ukrainians, the delegation would surrender, that we would agree to Putin's crazy ultimatum, that we would just drop our ambitions to be members of EU and NATO. All that just not to be discussed. We would demand from Russians, first, to cease fire, second, get away from our country.
Yeah, and that is exactly what President Zelensky has done tonight. He's called for an immediate ceasefire, for troops to withdraw. And he's asking to be fast-tracked, for Ukraine to be fast-tracked into the European Union. What do you make of those demands just as those talks start, though?
You know, I am the politician who advocated, and I was the first deputy prime minister for European integration after Orange Revolution in 2005. So I'm very happy this is now is the issue, and I'm pretty sure, I am positive that this is doable and that we will get a membership in EU and we will get membership in NATO. I have no doubt about this. We should learn, both Ukraine and Europeans, we should learn how to move in the fast track in everything, how to build effective state. This is something Zelensky promised. How to bypass certain bureaucracies, because this is, I know, we discussed here with Karl Bildt, with a number of politicians, Kurt Volker, we discussed that, okay, joining EU is a long and complicated procedure, but fighting for freedom is not less complicated procedures. So I'm hearing very encouraging signals from EU, from world leaders. I'm very impressed by the movement of solidarity. So I'm pretty sure that my dream is coming true and that we'll join European family and will be part of NATO after victory over crazy Russia.
Well, let's talk about Vladimir Putin. I mean, you know, one cannot underestimate him. He's now talking about, he's upped the ante in terms of the nuclear possibility. What's his next move? The Ukrainians are showing very strong resistance at this point.
And that's exactly destroyed all his mad plans and dreams. I was meeting Putin in 2006, trying to explain to him the nature of our Maidans, but he stopped me short. He says, come on, cut the bullshit. You're a smart guy. I know who financed. I know who trained. This is a special operations against Russia. And thanks to this craziness of his, he didn't learn anything. He still doesn't understand us. His troops are totally disoriented. They believed that they would be welcomed here as they believed they would be welcomed in 2014 when they first time attacked us. In short, this guy never understood Ukraine. He's crazy about us. He's mad at us because we are the only country where he couldn't prevail 3 times after Orange Revolution, after Revolution of Dignity, when he believed he is already victorious. And clearly now he planned to finish the war in 2 days. By the way, one of the versions, I believe, he was planning to bring back President Yanukovych as the legitimate president. And he is calling our president, our government, just illegal regime, fascist, and drug addicts. In his eyes, Yanukovych is a legitimate. But for this, he planned to be in Kyiv in 2 days. No hard resistance, so he can show to the world, listen, there were fascists in Kyiv, we liberated, we defended Ukrainians, and we brought back legitimate president of Ukraine.
Still, though, he's not a man to back down. The sanctions have been swift, they are brutal. We've got even Germany sending arms now, the EU in an unprecedented move sending millions and millions of dollars of arms to assist Ukraine. The economy in Russia is in free fall, but what's going to get him to back down? How do you see him actually admitting that he was wrong?
Oh, he would not admit it, but that's admitting and acting is very, very different things. Russia live in their own Putin-created world, and only now they start getting signals that something which is happening in Ukraine is not that limited operations against or to defend Russian-speaking people, but that is full-fledged war. But every Russian is already feeling the price of it. So we should consider the fact that Putin, however powerful he seems to be, he doesn't live just in separate world. He is connected to reality through his aides, through his business, and he is the person who was mostly oriented at business gains. I was very much surprised, and I asked him, and he confirmed me. He was promoting business interests of his friends, and his empire is very incorporated into the West empire. This is how he's getting everything he has. Now, just in 2 days, that's all is destroyed. So he will personally feel the results immediately. And I also hope that around him, there are already sharp, but because he actually failed. He failed as a leader. Even close aides to him know this. Boris Nemtsov was talking a lot to me. We spent like a couple of hours discussing to what extent would it be possible to remove Putin. And Nemtsov told me that he is obsessed with his personal security, but nothing can save him. Anyway, he has to meet somebody. He has to rely on somebody. And there is a big disillusionment among top-ranking Russian generals and Russian troops. So there are options that he would accept it voluntarily, or bloody tyrants in Russia always have been removed not very democratically from the position. Just remember how Stalin was poisoned.
Indeed. Oleh, we feel for you. I know you're stuck in Miami now. You can't go home. It must be incredibly difficult to watch from afar. But thank you, and hopefully we'll talk again as this unfolds.
My house is next to your embassy. Every day we are neighbors, 20 meters. So I do hope that we'll both return, you to your embassy, I to my house, and then we'll be living in a very different world. But we have to fight for it.
Yes, it may take a while. Oleh, appreciate it so much. Thank you.
Thank you.